Hi, and welcome to this week's episode, solo episode of the Guestlist podcast. I'm your host, Steve Guest, and I wanted to share a bit of a story with you today, which has like personal elements to it, but I think sometimes this area of, I suppose, activity can quite often get missed. This podcast is about high performance. It's about motivation, it's about empowerment, it's about energy and trying to push through barriers, overcome hurdles, and give you the ability to perhaps overachieve or achieve higher goals than you thought was possible. And those of you that know me, those of you that have had the experience of working with me, being mentored or coached by me, will know that I quite often work at 100 miles an hour. I cram in a lot of areas each day. I'm very motivated and ambitious to have huge success. And what comes with that is copious amounts of work, long hours. I very rarely switch off. And I suppose many an hour spent in an office slaving away to try and get things done to make sure that I hit various targets and I achieve certain things, which is all well and good. The problem with that sometimes is that you forget to perhaps look after yourself, and you forget to do things that are beneficial and healthy towards your own well-being. And this Christmas and over New Year, I had a bit of a word with myself and decided that always that kind of New Year's resolution, 2022, I'm going to exercise more, I'm going to become more healthy, get that holiday body, that shape that you kind of want back. I think with the pandemic and lockdowns, I'd stopped exercising, I'd stopped doing the things that actually make you feel good. I played hockey for years. I stopped playing hockey. We've obviously got children, which I would rather spend weekends with my kids as they grow up than perhaps spending the day going and playing hockey, which is a shame in many ways because it's been a part of my life for a long time. But it's the choices you make. The downside to that is you stop exercising. You become lethargic. You are perhaps tired more often than you should be. Things perhaps are a little bit slower and you lack energy. So 2022, I'm going to sort myself out, and I committed to PT sessions. I committed to the gym. I pay a membership to a gym. We looked at improving our nutrition. So we eat more healthily. We're more aware of what we're eating on a daily basis. And it was on the decision that I had a few health scares in the past and everything else that goes with it. But actually, I wasn't feeling great about myself. I had low moods. I would have mood swings, which I'm susceptible to anyway. I think it's part of my genetic makeup sometimes. But so everything's been going really well. And I've felt much better. I felt lighter. I felt happier. I've been more energized. The last few weeks in particular, the activities off the charts, the KPIs that I'm actually just smashing out the way, I think is very much down to the fact that I've been more energized. I've been getting up and going to the gym at 5:30, 6 in the morning. I feel better the moment I get into the office, and my confidence has increased. I feel more alive. My energy has increased. I've lost weight. I feel better about myself. My productivity has skyrocketed. I'm even more disciplined. I'm happier. And everything has been going great. And something that has perhaps spurred this podcast episode on. Firstly, it's obviously for any of you that are listening that know you don't exercise, know you don't go for that quick run around the block or go to the gym or do something that is active. I hope this podcast episode pushes you to go and do that, because actually what I'm achieving now is far better than what I was achieving before, even though I thought I was hugely motivated and achieving everything I wanted to achieve. What's really kicked this into play as well, and what's prompted the podcast episode for today, is I went to play golf, not Saturday, just gone the Saturday before. And 2 shots into hole 1, I stepped to my right, and there was a hole on the course that was covered in freshly cut grass. And obviously didn't judge the flooring properly and went over on my ankle. Damaged ligaments. I've had a swollen ankle for just short of 2 weeks now. I couldn't drive for a week. I've been hobbling around, and the ability to exercise and fulfill what I was doing on the weeks up to that has been removed or changed in a way. And it is clearly evident, both as myself and the conversations I've had with my dear wife, that my mood has changed. My general kind of being has changed. I feel as if I've slipped back into being lethargic again, and I haven't got up and gone to the gym at 5:30 because I haven't been able to drive, which has affected my daily routine and my daily setup. My confidence has dropped a little bit, and I think my energy levels have certainly dropped. And I know it's temporary. I know I can be a little bit of a drama queen when I'm injured as well, so it plays on my mind a little bit more. And I feel it was something I needed to share with you, because sat here this morning on a Thursday morning at 7:30, recording this podcast, I can instantly see the difference. And it's only been a week or so to feel that actually all the hard work, all the energy that I've been able to increase by being more active, having exercise routines or gym sessions 3 or 4 times a week, the difference it makes, and the ability to deal with situations and scenarios in a much better mood and in a lighter, more agreeable fashion than perhaps how I felt over the last week and a half. So I've recorded this podcast on the basis it's a little bit different to what we normally talk about. But if you're listening to this and you don't exercise, if you don't go to the gym, if you don't push yourself out there to, I suppose, give you that energy, give you the ability to start feeling good about yourself that then comes out in terms of your work and your efforts, then hopefully this motivates you to go and do it. The difference is huge. I've only been doing it for a matter of months, really. And this comes from a generally active person up until, I suppose, probably when we were in lockdown and the pandemic, where it may have stalled. And you almost lose track. I've been sleeping better. I've been going to bed at an earlier time, because I think the exercise, obviously, over the course of the day, your body needs that rest. And perhaps I'd got myself into a position where I was working so much that I rarely slept. And that's not healthy for anyone. So I hope this has an effect on you. I hope you go out there and do that run, or go to the gym, go and lift some weights, go swimming, do all the things that actually make you feel good about yourself. And I hope it's been a useful podcast episode. Let me know. Your comments are always welcome, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this as a podcast. Get in touch. Come and tell me what you think. Come and give me some ideas in terms of podcast episodes. If you know someone that would make a great podcast guest, please share them with me. Get them involved. Send me details. Get them to get in touch. This podcast is only ever as good as the listeners and the comments that you come back with. So take care, go and get some exercise, and I will be speaking to you soon.